I want to talk today about something really shocking to me actually. We are in a matrix game, we are illusion. I know this may be frou-frou weird stuff, it's not. This is quantum physics. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. You and I always have, always will be. We're just in a form of something. Why are we here? It's very purposeful, I promise you that. And we have to play it out. This is a test. And I'm going to talk about the test right now, but I'm going to talk about something that's really surprising me. As we know, people are going to make choices from here on out. The choices are going to determine whether you go into a new earth. What's a new earth? It's not a place, it's a dimension. It's just a way of life. It is a higher frequency, and you will participate in the matrix even when you go into this higher frequency. But when you go there, you affect everybody else. Therefore, you have the biggest positive impact, and that's called compassion. Not separation and finger pointing, taking sides. I got to talk to you about this. This is so important. So are you ready for this very shocking thing that I've got to share with you and find out if you're participating? Let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. Okay, I'm going to tell you something very shocking. We've talked about big events happening along the way. It's going to just be one continuous transitional journey from here on out. So big events, all kinds of earth events, all kinds of societal events, because we are in the midst, we are in the depths of transition. Those of you who haven't gotten my book, I talk about the tipping point in here. Break through fear, your spiritual butt kick. What does that mean? I want to show you that you have a chance to wake up now to what's really going on out there. This is a cray-cray world. We're participating in it, but we don't have to live in ignorance anymore. The other thing I'm going to ask before I share this very shocking thing with you is to please subscribe, because you are telling AI that you like positive channels, not fearful ones. This is going to be a positive message for you. And if you listen to what I have to say, you will get to make a choice today that could be transformational for you and all of us. We've talked about the split. I've talked about this for quite some time now. More and more people splitting, changing. People that never thought about awakening or spirituality are now making higher choices and realizing we're so much greater than all of this. We're putting material things aside and realizing abundance comes with awakening, that we never lack for anything, that we all hold the power to create it every moment. I teach you guys this. If you want to come over, I have a new course just now coming out, 5 steps to a completely new reality. I show you that if you take these 5 steps and you master them, you will change your life into a way that's so amazing and beautiful. Now here's what's happening. This is the shocking part. As we go into this split, you're going to see people who hang on to the material world, who hang on to the power, who are not refusing to let go, and you're going to see their behavior get worse and worse. Babies kick and scream more when they get their toys taken away, and this is what's happening. Now, that's not the surprising part. But what's happening is, because we're going to a shift, there are many, 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 both in high frequency and low ones, that are calling out. We've got people sawing over here, calling out. We're getting ready for hurricane season. Calling out those who have behaved a certain way, calling out the bad behavior. Good nor bad, but this is the game. Calling out what's been going on, the breaking the law, the financial industries, the personal things that they've been doing, the things that have been, we know what they are, right? Calling them out and saying, we're not going to tolerate this anymore. Now, on the other side, there are those down on low frequencies calling them out just for their own purposes to gain more power. That's going to happen on both sides. But there are those who have been afraid to speak up that are speaking up now and say, this is not okay. We should not allow this. We should not keep our mouths shut about what's going on within our societies, because we do want to transform in a higher frequency. We do want to live in a new earth where this isn't okay, and that we're going to start choosing a way of life that's more community, loving-based, compassion, inclusive, and we are all fragments of one energy field that is just playing itself out. You are a piece in a puzzle, and you may be so different, but that puzzle isn't complete without you. And yet, we don't like the other puzzle pieces because they're different to us. And that is the lowest frequency. Watch that, okay? Are you taking sides? Why is your side any more right than the other side? So, what I want you to know is calling out and recognizing what's not acceptable anymore isn't necessarily taking a side, depending on how you do this. So you don't condemn people, you realize that we're just not going to live that way anymore, and it has to be reflected through how I conduct myself. Everything's a choice for you. So here's what's happening. The very shocking part is that as these people get called out more, as the people in power and people in corporations and institutions and all these people that are doing stuff that's been so destructive that separates us, that has not been, in the best interests of the one, they are being known to the collective, and there's a whole group of the collective that is okay with that. That is okay. They're not, now, there's two ways to go into this. It's like, oh, I forgive you and I have compassion. Or there's, okay, I know what you are and I'm going to support it anyways. That is shocking for me. It really is shocking, because I thought once we start to have, when I'm vegetarian, so I don't do this, but I remember cooking chicken, and that scum comes up to the top. You don't eat the scum, you slough it off, right? Skim it off. Well, it's coming to the top. The icky stuff's coming to the top, and people aren't skimming it off. There are all kinds of people out there that are still taking sides of what they believe is good and bad, even though all of this stuff is coming out. They're not making different choices and saying, there has to be another way over here. We cannot continue to support the, let's just say, destructive behavior. The behavior that is not respectful to other humans or how we live as a society. Are you taking sides with those who are being called out, who are blatantly not respecting that one community that we are? If you're doing that, I want you to think twice, because the new earth doesn't function on that level. So when we call each other out, we're saying, I call it no tolerance is kicking in. In other words, we know it's going on, but we're not going to tolerate it anymore, okay? We won't live in a world that destroys itself. So in other words, things that we do to the planet and one another in our own bodies that have been toxic should never be allowed, but they have. Somehow it's okay for corporations and all these guys to pollute the crap out of the planet. If it harms animals, plants, other people, it should never be allowed. Are you functioning that way? If another person is harmful to others, disrespectful, and in separation, and their whole platform, way of life, is to be right by causing somebody to be wrong, and you are taking sides with that, and it's the lowest place of destruction you can go into. Are you doing this? There's completely other ways. There are peaceful people leading whole ways of life without making somebody else wrong, but creating another way that's respectful to everybody. I want you to really think good and hard. It's shocking to me that there are people out there, I mean many, many, many of them, that are blatantly disrespectful of us as a one, and they are still being supported by a majority of people out there that say it's okay that they've been like this. And I'm not talking again about compassion and forgiveness. I'm asking you right now if you're taking sides and pointing fingers in any way, shape, or form. And I'm not talking about taking sides with the lesser of 2 or 10 or 20 evils. If you go into that lion's den, that lion, when they're hungry, they're going to eat everything in sight. And you have to step away from that world that has not worked. And if you are not participating in the new earth, where we are no longer supporting destruction and separation and arguing with one another, if you step away from that, you will go into the new earth. If you step away from that separation, you will go into a new earth and existence that you never imagined possible, because you will still participate here. If you're in the illusion, you still do, but you will have a profound effect on everybody else, because you no longer condemn somebody else. You are the change maker that's going to make things happen. All right? Instead of complaining about this or being sad or wah wah, you are the person that opens your door to somebody, that saves the animal, that does all these things, because that's all you can do here, is be the active change in every area of your life, including what you eat, what you purchase. Go to the farmer's market with your cloth bag like I do. Support the farmers. There's no plastic there that they're putting their stuff in. It's going straight into my bag. This is how I eat. This is how I function. It's not easy. You know, you're not going to completely eliminate it, but I want you to start doing that, because until we do, we are swimming in our own poop. We just had some released into the bay here. You can physically see sewage floating around. This is the world we do not want to live in, right? We want to master the matrix game. Are you still going along with and saying it's okay for certain people to act certain ways in these high position places? Because we're still in that old world where we're supporting factions, and they're good and they're bad. And if I'm in this party, or if I support these businesses or whatever, because it's so personal to you, because you haven't let go of that old world. Is it time? I think it's time. This is shocking to me, because I thought, hey, once this stuff starts coming out, and it's going to come out more and more what's really going on, people are going to say, you know what, we're going to create our own stuff. We're going to create our own guidance. We don't need somebody else to tell us what to do that doesn't care about other people or anything else other than themselves. We have to shine our own light, and through that we will change them, not take their sides and become the little followers that we've been since the beginning of time here. I hope you know what I'm talking about, because there's a lot of it going on, and I'm not talking about any one person or any one thing. I'm talking about a lot of it going on out there, and it's a circus, and we're still involved in the circus. Step away from the circus tent. You ready to do that? Again, I hope you'll support my channel, sub and share my videos. I hope you'll go buy my book, because I explain so much in here. It could be life-changing for you. When you break through fear, you realize we are limitless, and you can change your life. And I have a new reality training coming out here that you're going to love. And I have all kinds of amazing webinars and new things coming out for you, free. And of course, I have regular coaching and training. It's there for you. If you want to change your life, you can. If you want to step away from the programming, you can do it. It's all about choice right now. Everything's about choice. Yours, not theirs. Yours. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. You guys know these are free videos to try start online businesses. We're launching businesses that are good for the planet. You can do that. Get the training. Take the steps. Don't be afraid of it. You're capable of anything. You're whole and perfect. Strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you. Namaste.